From the Newsroom at news.com.au.
G'day, I'm Andrew Bucklow and this is the latest from the Newsroom. It's Tuesday the 25th of May. We'll start in Victoria, and thousands of people who visited Highpoint shopping centre have been ordered to isolate after 4 people in Melbourne's northern suburbs tested positive to COVID. The positive cases are close relatives who live across 3 households in the city of Whittles, which is about 15 kilometres north of the CBD. Authorities still have no idea how the family members caught the virus. Victorians have been warned that more cases could be discovered as the government works to contain a potential outbreak. In other news, the federal government hasn't ruled out offering incentives for people to get the COVID vaccine. Less than 4 million doses have been administered so far, a number Chief Medical Officer Paul Kelly wants to see rise.
I think we really do need to look for incentives, as many incentives as we can, for people to become vaccinated.
Incentives are offered in other countries. In Ohio in the US, anyone who gets a jab gets a ticket into a lottery draw and could win over $1 million. Serbia is offering its citizens $40 to get vaccinated, and older residents in China are being offered cartons of fresh eggs. There you go. Overseas now, the White House has called for a full investigation after Belarus forced down a commercial airliner so it could arrest an opposition activist. Airline officials were originally told there was a bomb on board as a fighter jet escorted them to land in Minsk. But once it landed, it became clear officials simply wanted to arrest a journalist who was on the flight. Here's the White House press secretary.
We certainly, since you gave me the opportunity to do this, condemn the Lukashenko's regime's ongoing harassment and arbitrary detention of journalists simply for doing their job. This was a shocking act, diverting a flight between 2 EU member states for the apparent purpose of arresting a journalist. It constitutes a brazen affront to international peace and security by the regime. We demand an immediate, international, transparent, and credible investigation of this incident.
To sport now, the daughters of 3 famous footy legends have been selected in Australia's women's water polo squad for the Tokyo Olympics. Tilly Kearns, whose father Phil captained the Wallabies, has made the team, as has Bronte Halligan, whose dad Daryl was the first player to score more than 2,000 points in the NRL. Also making the squad was Gabby Palm, whose dad Mitchell is also a former Wallaby. Australia is regarded as a strong contender to make the podium in Tokyo. To showbiz now, and Timothée Chalamet is set to play Willy Wonka in a new movie. The film will focus on what Wonka was like before he opened his legendary chocolate factory. It'll feature several song and dance numbers and is going to be called Wonka. Straight to the point. And finally, the lead singer from the band that won Eurovision over the weekend has been cleared of drug use after taking a test. There were allegations the singer from Italian group Maneskin snorted cocaine off a table during the broadcast. He was asked to take a drug test by Eurovision bosses, which he passed overnight. Well, that's it from the Newsroom. We'll have another update for you in the afternoon.
Your update from news.com.au.